All right, guys, I've been waiting a while to do this, but it's finally time to go all in on my original MX650. This is the first razor we ever had on this channel. Well over 100 videos ago. I bought it brand new a year ago, and I learned how to do everything on it, from upgrading different controllers, sprocket sizes, wiring up different motor kits, from 48 volt to 72 volt lithium battery packs, different tire sizes, brake kits and whatnot, you name it. I learned how to do it on this bike, and then I got carried away and picked up other projects. So I have not been riding this thing for months, but I figured it's time to start over again, give it some love, strip it down to bare frame, refinish the frame, and install the best parts I can on this thing, redo the wiring the cleanest way possible. I'm gonna go all in on this thing, and if you are interested in keeping up with the project, stay tuned. This bike is currently partially disassembled because I was taking a few pieces for my snow bike and my MX500, which I just sold yesterday. But just to quickly go over what's currently on it, in case you don't follow this channel, I do have a Kunray brushless motor, which I modified the covers to have larger holes for better cooling. I have a 13 tooth sprocket on there. This is a BTR 72 volt 20 amp hour battery pack with a 50 amp BMS. It's got a voltage step down converter because I have a LED headlight that I installed. Mirror because I do some street riding with this thing. I've got a much wider flat bar on there. Larger tire set. These are DOT approved. 2.6 by 12, 3.5 by 10. I made a mistake with this one. I did go a little large on it, so it has very little clearance between the tire and the motor. This is not from it rubbing though. This is from me doing a burnout the other day. I was sampling for the guy buying my MX500. But I've got some hydraulic brake kit, front and rear, 160 mil rotors. And it's got a generic Amazon 72 volt controller, which I'm thinking about replacing with an upgraded one. Comment below if you have any suggestions. I've been looking at the Lone Star Electric Kelly controller, so that's might be what we go with here. I do want to start off by refinishing the frame and the swing arm. I don't think these colors are going to look good with my blue plastic set and the black fork. So let's start stripping this thing down. This is actually my first time getting an MX650 down to bare frame like this with the swing arm and pegs off. And I'm always learning something new every day. In case you haven't done this before, definitely watch out when you take the hardware off the foot pegs and you're pulling it out. Wrap your hand around the mounting point because these metal beads and the springs are gonna shoot out if you don't do that. So just watch out for that if you are gonna take your pegs off. And then for the swing arm, it's something I learned today. You can't just take off the bolts that hold them down on both sides. There's actually a threaded sleeve in the center that you have to line up with the dowel. Over here, you can just stick a screwdriver to lock it in place, and then you can unbolt it on both sides. It just comes right out. Got the frame and the swing arm fully prepped and ready for paint. Ended up cutting off any excess material and tabs that we're no longer using, just to clean things up a bit, hopefully make it a little lighter. We're gonna start by painting the bottom portion of the frame, since that's the hardest to get to. And then I'm gonna hang the swing arm by the garage door opener, and we're gonna paint that. And we're gonna flip the frame upside down and finish off the rest of it. So this is the paint that I'm using for the frame and the swing arm. It is chassis specific paint. I wanted to use something that was very chip resistant and very durable. I am a little rough on my bike, so this is perfect for that. And anytime you're doing any sort of project that involves spray painting, I always recommend wearing a respirator. You don't want to breathe in anything toxic. So if you want to check out any of the items that I'm using for this project, I will leave links in the description where you can get everything. Here's how we're looking so far after 3 full coats. I wasn't actually expecting it to be gloss black. I thought it was gonna come out to be a satin or matte finish, but I definitely do not hate how it turned out. I love how glossy and all black it looks instead of 2 different colors, the gray and the yellow, and then having blue on top of that. So this is gonna look really sweet when it's all done. Too bad we do have to wait till tomorrow, because I do want to let this dry overnight before we continue. If you enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you like this kind of content, want to keep up with this MX650 Ultimate Supermoto project, consider subscribing to this channel. But this is going to be it for today. Thank you for watching.